Hello, TNN audience, the new Nigerian audience. Welcome again. It's a special podcast today. We have one of the best in the nation on our podcast. Um, for those of you who don't know Lawrence, maybe you recognize him as MC Casino, a multi-talented comedian, creating waves in the comedy markets, the comedy industry in Nigeria. He's done shows not just in Nigeria, he's worldwide now. He's been in Europe um, two or three times. He's done London, he's done Europe, and it's a privilege to have him on board. Having said that, you know how it is. We get Lawrence to introduce himself, tell us a bit about his background, and tell us something specific in his childhood that inspired him. Good evening, Lawrence, MC Casino. Over
Good
to you.
evening, my brother. It's a privilege to be on your platform and I'm indeed honored. Thank you for your kind words and your very robust introductions. Anyways, my name is Lawrence Osarinko. As you all know, I am fondly known as MC Casino. I'm a stand-up comedian, compare master of ceremony, content creator, a father of two, and a responsible married man.
Wow.
I'm from Benin. My both parents are from Oriomo in Benin. So I'm a independent. I love not take these children out of here now. I finished from University of Benin. I studied agriculture. I'm also a part-time fish farmer, just trying to experiment what I did in school, so my 5 years in university will not be a total waste. What else about me? Comedy, to me, has been with me since I was born. I didn't learn the trade. I did not wake up one day and say I want to become a comedian. I didn't take any decision. There was never a day I took the decision that this is what I want to become in life. I didn't know how it started. I can only tell how it started. I cannot tell how I became who I am today.
So tell us a bit of your childhood.
My childhood, I grew up in a federal government establishment, Nigerian Institute for Oil Palm Research, 94.
Oh, wow.
That's where my dad worked. My dad was a civil servant. And it was, my childhood is not too peculiar, very normal. I think the only thing that interests people that I was a street hawker. Like, I used to hawk bean cake, moi moi. Like, I hawk, my brother, I hawk. And we trek, like, very long distance, selling my mind, hawking my mind everywhere. After school, the mostly I've already arranged all everybody's moi according to your age. So your age will determine the size of the basin you are going to use to do your hawking. There's no partial about that. As you come from school, boy, as you pull uniform, you are putting on the garment of hawking. You do that and you come back to the house like 6, 7 in the evening. The next morning you go back to school. At times you go to farm before you go to school. At times after school, those that will not work will go and assist mostly in the farm. It was fun then because that was what everybody was doing. So you won't see it as a hardship. It's only when we started growing up and we started raising kids, we realized that we were actually going through hard times. I grew up normally from a very decent home.
Nifo.
Yeah.
I remember Nifo. They had very good palm wine there as well.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I think the chief executive of Nifo at one point, Ataga. I don't know if you remember the name Ataga.
Why not?
Yes.
That was 1991, 92, 93, 94.
His children His children are very good friends of mine. Unfortunately,
Wow.
they lost one
Yeah,
a couple of
the
years
media
ago.
guy. The media guy.
Ex
Yeah,
exactly.
I know them. I know them. I know them.
Yeah.
I know them.
So you went through a childhood of school, hawking. You learned trade at a very early age.
Yes.
How did that impact your direction going into university? And how did that
Okay.
impact or influence your life?
Okay. One thing I can say for sure is uh, I get used to the fact that you must work before you chop. I was not pampered while growing up. Not that I was not pampered. Already, I got used to life too early. Like I started life struggling too early. So it built my adaptive ability. I became adaptive, you know. I adapted. So now that we started growing up, nothing looks strange to me anymore. I don't have bus. There's no bus from Ring Road to Aduwawa. I've trekked that distance before. Police is coming now. I used to go and walk moment where they are doing gambling. So I think it helped to build my courage, my confidence. It also helped to boost my adaptability. You know, I've read with Bush Lantern before. Now that I have 24 hours of light in my house. So if I've gone through that part of life before, if things are not becoming rosy, I should also take advantage of the fact that I must not go back to where I'm coming from. So it's more like a push. I don't want to go back to where I'm coming from. So that will prepare me to work harder and already know how it is to be poor. So I don't need to listen to motivational speaker to understand life.
So
No, you don't need to motivate me.
you have the drive.
Yes. So nobody need to encourage me that you must be focused, you must your future, I've seen all of those things before. Do you understand? It was really a positive motivation in my part because I also learned the art of management, how to be prudent with my expenses and my income because of the truth, I don't want to go back to where I'm coming from. So I started learning things quite early in life that it is I learned 20 years ago that it is some of my friends or peers are learning now because they were born with silver spoon. So if along the way the spoon is now having issues, they will have to start relearning how to live without silver spoon. But like us that were born without no spoon, they didn't even use spoon. During the early days, they used rubber spoon to burn my elderly ones, but before you got to our turn, they don't throw away rubber spoon. So everybody was born without any spoon. So you understand that you have to get your spoon yourself. So when you get that spoon yourself, you will know the value of the spoon. You will also learn to understand that, oh, if you don't keep this spoon very well, you might get lost and you might not get it again. So those past life has really helped me to build myself in so many positive ways. Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. You went to the University of Benin, a great school.
Yeah,
I am an alumni of University of Benin. Pastor is an
oh,
alumni himself.
that's
Um,
good.
so tell me one specific thing that nobody knows that happened to you in the University of Benin.
One specific thing. Okay, I was into campus politics. I was a political mafia while I was in school. Like we were tough to the extent that we can say, "Hey, step down, you will not win," and it will be like that. You know, we so many times we have conflict with management, and we will still defeat them. So when I wanted to leave, I now compensated myself with the office of the vice president, which
Oh, wow.
no may have occupied before. I just wanted to do something controversial, and I said, let me just contest for the vice president since I've been instrumental to the success of so many school politicians there. I said, okay, let me do something different. Since I'm a comedian and I don't have to go the normal conventional pattern, let me do some very funny, controversial stuff. And it worked. I later became the first and ever SUG May Vice President in the University of Benin. Indeed.
There you see, you have it, audience.
Yes.
From selling moi moi, going through life at an early stage, it had an impact on MC Casino. Then he goes into university, dabbles into politics, reads agriculture. Obviously, I'm sure you were already performing your comedy act while you were growing up. So, what is your inspiration to doing comedy? Do you follow other people's ideas, or is it your own ideas you use in developing your comedy? And where do you see yourself in, say, 5 years' time through comedy?
Okay. If you are very conversant with my comedy, I do more of comic activism. I don't just create content or crack jokes. I crack jokes with life and with reality. So most of my skits, I try to use comedy. Since God has given us audience, we now have large followers. I try to use comedy to preach. I'm more like a comedy pastor. I've done so many content on cultism, on marriage, on relationships. So I am self-motivated. I'm self-motivated. Life is my motivating factor. Life itself is my motivation. Do you understand? I've seen
Yes,
the good part. I've seen the soft part of life. I've seen the very difficult part of life. You know, that alone should be a very big motivation for me, because while creating content is not just for people to laugh and go. They should laugh and also understand that there's life, you know. So those are
absolutely.
that. Yeah, those are one of those things. And before I came, people that were doing this pattern of content or comedy, they hardly get fame, because our generation now, the Jay-Z generation, they don't appreciate such things, because we are in a generation of cruise. Do you understand? So me doing content on people should not go into drugs, it's like me, hurting them or haunting them. So they avoid my content. So I also think I'm privileged to be doing such things, and I'm also getting recognition. Though my fan base majorly is more of elderly people, because they enjoy my content more. And as a young man growing up, I've held position of leadership before, and I also have plans to also go into proper governance or leadership positions. So there are some things I should not be doing now. Otherwise, it might just be used as a barrier in future. So when I'm doing comedy, I look at so many factors. I look at my pastor. If my pastor is here, will he be happy I'm saying all these things? If my parents were here, would they be happy I'm encouraging people to do prostitution and all that? So I'm trying to do this business with a very high sense of morality. While I'm making people laugh, I'm also protecting moral value. Do you understand? So that is my uniqueness and my peculiarity. I know
You,
with time,
go on.
more people will accept it.
You know, my next question to you would have been, um, there are a lot of comedians, but what is your unique selling point? You just answered that. Your unique
Yes,
selling point is your morality. Your unique
yes.
selling point is having the ambition to go into governance, leadership positions. So I suppose I'll frame my question another way. How is your comedy influencing your politics? Or should it be, how is your politics influencing your comedy? And how do the youth receive your political ambitions?
For now, there's no like political ambition. I just feel that our generation is losing it. Politics is not a career. Politics itself is life. So you cannot just say you are a youth because I'm in entertainment, so I'm cashing out. I should start paying deaf ears to how my state is being governed. Whoever is the governor is none of my business. I also think majority of the youth, they are in this school of thought. It's a big mistake that we will all regret later. Do you understand? Politics is nobody's career. Oh man, we are all political animal, irrespective of your profession. So we are trying to conscientize the younger generation to understand that there's no place in the dictionary where politician was used as a career. So irrespective of the trade you are into, don't abandon governance, because a day will come when you have bad leadership. Just one bad, is it law now? From a failed leader, we collapse your business empire to the zero level. Just one law they will just enact. Do you understand? So we are trying to tell people, come out. It's an aberration. If you watch now, the revolution in this country, the democratic revolution, is being anchored by entertainers. And I'm very proud to say, in my state where I am from, everybody knows that I have strong passion. It does not make me a politician. It does not make me being ambitious, or I have an ambition, but I can only do well in comedy in an environment that is safe and secure. I can only set tickets for my shows in an environment that people are not suffering or they're not starving. Somebody that is looking for fuel to buy now is 4 days, will he come for my shows? So every part of our life is tied to governance. That is the truth. You are a doctor. If they refuse to pay, you go on strike. It will keep people will die in the hospital. You are a farmer. If there's no good road, no accessible road to your farm, you will not be able to produce perishable goods. The cost of transporting your goods from the farm to meet your buyers will also be skyrocketed. So politics is life, governance is life. Everybody must be part of it, because if you read, then everybody go suffer. We are doing our best. We did a PVC concert in Benin. Me, my colleague, everybody came together. And that is the largest youth gathering in those states that was not mobilized. The records are there. So that is to say, our continuous awareness and bringing the people to their consciousness that, see, the country belongs to us all. If we fall down, it will go down. So that is the part I'm doing, because my brother, as it stands now in this country, Nigeria, 5 million naira now, you are not a millionaire. So things are so, if everybody fold their hands and say, it not concern me, the country will fall on top of everybody. And the rich, the elites, and those political class, they always have upper hands. So that is the area, not like there's an ambition, I want to contest for this. No, I'm just bringing people consciousness to be political aware. Just be aware of your environment. There are some youth in this country, they don't know the Speaker of House of Rep. No cap. When I mean youth, I'm not talking about illiterates. I'm talking about people that have masters, graduates, professionals, doctors, lawyers. So once the leaders, those old leaders, they understand that, the youth are not interested in these parts. They are more interested in Yahoo, club, cruise. Do you understand? So they will start planting their structure that will take over from them when they are no more. And that same structures must follow their faith political organogram, their faith system. So they are taking advantage of the fact that there's low consciousness and the youth are not interested. People are no longer interested in politics. They are using it to expose us more to more dangers. So that's the challenge. So most times if I'm doing, there's a skit I did that went viral on cultism. I think if you go on YouTube, I did a full movie.
Oh, this was what I was going to ask. My next question was, you do skits, obviously, like you said, the Gen Z, um,
Generation.
yeah, from my knowledge or my experience, they a bit impatient to view content. Content they like 2, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 seconds, which are some of the things you do. So you've done a movie. Tell us a bit about what your content entails. Tell us a bit about the movie. Let the audience know how to view your content, how to register your content. Let the audience know a bit about that.
Yeah, I've done so many content because the part of Nigeria we are from, and Edoma will not hide it from us. The rate of cultism is alarming in this part of the country. You know, we are not selling the state in bad light, but we that are coming up as entertainers, automatically we are more like an ambassador to the state. Do you understand? So we are doing our best. I have more than 4 skits. One is a full-fledged movie. The movie is Okwemose, There's No Beauty in War. And that short movie has been nominated in more than 4, is it not drama festival? I don't know. International Film Festival. I didn't do that. I didn't do it for all those things. I just did it for message. So my producer was trying to reach out to me last month and say, oh, we have been nominated. I told him I'm not interested. If you want to push the movie, push the movie. My job is to preach this message to our people. I've also done so many on elections. So many. I also did one last done on elections. These kids, they don't get a view that much because there's no nudity, there's no big yash. You know, our generation wants to see all of all those things. I also do all of all those things, but my content is 80% message, 20% cruise. So that is to say my audience is 20% Gen Z, then 80% adults, people who care about tomorrow. So that's how I've been pushing my brands. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hi,
And
is it possible to speak? Can I speak?
Yes, sir.
You feel free. Feel free.
Thank you. I think I'm privileged to be invited into all of this. You know, so it's wonderful. I've seen. I follow the situation and I see you all the time. It's nice to see you. And very heavily bearded. You've done well.
Thank you, sir.
To what people say.
According
to what you say, I don't know how that works, you know. So, but good, it's wonderful. I'm privileged.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
The bottom line is, sometimes you don't know where you want to go to, you know, what your decisions in certain things. But some of you have been a great influence to the Benin. Well, I'm Benin.
Nice.
I've not been there for about 25 years, but when I see people like you that have what it takes and have been doing so much, I want to doff my hat for you. I want to thank you
sir.
also.
Thank you, sir.
And I think we can move forward. But the issue of cultism, that makes me sick. I'm sorry about that. But do you know what? We have to get out of that stupid arrangement. Those days in Yaro, there was
Yeah.
something. I don't, and that is where that's where it started from. People want to belong, people want to be influenced, they get to the university, they go to the colleges and all that, they got problems. And at the end of the day, they influence everything. At the end of the day, quote me, look at all of them, even the governor, see if he's not part of them. I'm sorry, in my opinion. And that's why the system doesn't work. Eh? Somebody jams you on the street and they say, where can he, why should there
Yeah.
be people should work freely?
Do you
I
know who
don't
I am? You know who I be.
and that's troubling to me. In a society where I've lived over the years, yeah, nobody tells me, who the fuck do you think you are? People say, give me your license, and that's what matters to me. So I think the old generation, I'm an obedient and I will die one. I don't know I've not been there for years and all that, but I just believe in a structure for our tomorrow, our children, our children's children. I live here and I see, oh God, where did we come from? Where are we going to? People want to, sorry, if my time is up, just tell me I'll stop. But I just don't understand why people want to say, now maybe this. Who the fuck do you think you are? My language, just sorry. You somebody, the people. I don't know if the other guy, Erebo, maybe I think he's Ishan or Benin. I think. I'm sorry, my excuses. But I also understand that where you come from, it reflects, it gives you an edge in life. So we should motivate people. What you're doing motivates. I might not see you again. I don't know because you're a celebrity, and all that. It's a privilege, I said, to talk to you. But I think what we need to do is to redefine our lifestyles. What can we do to change the scenario? How can somebody say, me a cult man, I go to chop somebody head? I don't understand that. I've never seen that in my life. When
The
I
thing
grew
is,
up, thank
the
you.
thing
That's
is,
that's a question for you, MC Casino.
let me quickly respond. The thing is,
Thank you.
it's gradually dying down.
Oh, really?
It's gradually dying down. The state government is really doing a good job in trying to bring it down. The truth is, if we be frank to ourselves, you cannot eradicate cultism.
Yeah, it's difficult.
You
Yeah.
can only control their nefarious activities,
Wow.
because cultism is now part of the system in this country, in the
Jesus
entire
Christ.
country. For elderly ones, cultism did not start in our days. Our forefathers were part of some secret cults. Everything, yeah. Now, and
I mean,
in life, they were part of some secret cult, secret society,
yeah.
and they also have somewhere in the same Yaro you were talking about. So the thing is, the
Sorry,
youth.
I mentioned that. Don't quote me on that.
No. We're talking. These things are not. They are not lies now. These things are existing. The thing is,
Yeah.
the government is doing all they can to reduce the activities of these persons, and some
Oh,
of
really?
them through our skits, they are now realizing that okay, why will I want to kill somebody? Like, why will I want to die over color supremacy? There's nothing, there's no award, nothing. So it's gradually dying down here. It's gradually dying down. And the entertainers here have also contributed a lot. But the truth is, you can't stop it. It's not only in Edo, it's everywhere in the country.
It's everywhere, yeah. Technically, yeah.
Yes. So let's go back to comedy.
Yeah.
I need to take you away from Nigeria.
Okay.
You've done some good work in Europe, particularly in the UK. Can you give us a brief description of the difference between doing your comedy in Nigeria and doing your comedy in the UK or in Europe, one, and then how receptive were the audience, and how do you see yourself? What next in diaspora?
Okay, basically, most of the audience 80% of our audience that we entertain in Europe and UK and the rest, they're also from Nigeria extractions. 20% from other African countries. There may be 5% white guys and all that. The thing is, comedy is more easier there in UK compared to Nigeria. Those people, they are less bothered. Nobody's calling, while you are in that show, you are not calling your child to on generator. You are not telling anybody to check if vigilante is out. You are not scared of your life when you are going back. You are not scared if you see boss to take you back to Ekewan Road. So they have lesser problems. There's good road, they can drive, they can cruise. So it's easier to make them laugh. But in Nigeria, it's more difficult because of all this affirmation problem. The countries that then Europe audience are also very lovely, but Europe audience are more, should I use the word rugged? They are more energetic than UK audience. UK audience are a bit calm. So the kind of jokes that you crack, if I'm to do a show in Italy and London, if I'm doing 1 hour in London, no matter the ovation I will get in that London show, I will not use those lineup in Europe. The same humans too, but different environmental orientation. The Europe audience, yeah, they are a bit energetic, and those people, I think they miss home more than people in UK.
Okay.
So when they see products from home, they're always more excited. UK, very nice, they're also very receptive and also very warm. But now Europe, most of our people there in Europe, they didn't, you know how this Mediterranean Sea and all the rest, so their life pattern is also quite different. Because most time during that road traveling, people in UK, there was no route to London via Mediterranean Sea. So those audience are two different type of audience, and you must have that orientation. If not, you will flop. That's why you hear comedians saying, "Wow, this guy did very well in London. We took him to Germany. He fell flat."
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I'm going to come back to diaspora, what the next plan is. Pastor, I think, has a question or a comment. Please feel free, Pastor, to.
Yeah. MC Casino, kudos.
Man of God.
God bless you.
Almost, sir.
I want to appreciate you for representing Edo, Uniben, and the youths
Thank
of
you.
Nigeria. Very, very impressive.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I want to know something. What are the challenges that you have had to overcome in the course of breaking out into the UK and Europe? That's number one. Then number two, what efforts are you guys making to replicate yourself? That is as per mentoring the upcoming comedians.
Okay, let me start with that replicating. When I was growing up, my house was called Comedy HK. Where I have like 7 to 10 comedians passing the night in my house. Maybe after events, I was the only one that was mobile after then. Bring everybody to my house, we cook, we eat. I have more than 7 persons that have passed through me now that is currently a millionaire. Landlords, and they are doing well. So we are doing very well in that aspect of replicating ourselves. And I still have 3 comedians now. I just rented another apartment for them because I started raising family. But they report to me on a daily basis. You see, because you can't be there forever. And why I mostly do what I do is I eat it when money leave my circle. There are some jobs I can't do at this stage. They can say, MC Casino, I know this money is too small for you. I beg, find person will go do it. Do you understand? So if I have 4 boys around me, you take this 300K, you take this 300K, it's a plus to the cycle. It's not enough to be MC Casino. Everybody can be needy at times. I can be stranded somewhere. My transfer might not be going through. So I can call my boss and say, hey, where are they? I beg, send 1 million to this account. So if I don't have such people around me, I'll be stranded. It's easier to tell somebody that is under you. It's easier to send them on an errand than your superior or your peers. So that aspect, we are doing it fantastically. In fact, I think Edo comedians should be given an award for that. We have people that we have raised, they have become great, and they are all doing fantastically well. On that aspect of challenges, we don't face much challenge when we go to shows abroad because we have partners. We have partners, and their job is to provide logistics abroad. Our job is to come perform. So it's very smooth. It's very smooth. Respect to some of our guys there, JJ Barry, 24 Beats, Akinolu Checkings, so many promoters there. They're doing fantastic jobs, but there's no more challenge. There's no more challenge. The only problem I see, most of those shows, the turnout is not always as high as the one we do here. You know, I think the only time I've had a very massive turnout that the people that came for the show was now more than the capacity of the hall. It was in one city in Italy, Brescia. I did not expect to see that crowd. It was a war. No, in fact, there was no seats. Everybody was forced to stand up, and the experience was lovely. It was lovely. It was lovely. It was
Excellent.
lovely.
Going forward, there's a talk about America, Canada.
Yeah.
In fact, I think one of the main reasons why the FOSA is here is to discuss a bit about logistics of Canada, because that's where he lives. So it's now the influence of diaspora in contributing towards the good work yourself and all the multi-talented comedians that you have around you, how they can impact on moving that show to Canada and America. So in a brief nutshell, tell us what you would expect surrounding having a show in America and Canada, so that it will perk the ears up for people around that axis to start expecting MC Casino and his crew.
Yeah, basically, if you watch, the areas that started accepting our craft first, the people in UK, but you cannot do a show in UK and lose. So most times when we post our UK shows, you see people commenting, when are you coming to Toronto? Is this also UK? Is also UK? When are you coming to America? I also feel that the appetite over there is very high, because some persons that have left their home for 20 years, some of them have not visited Nigeria. And we are like the bridge. We are like Nigeria in your very before. Our comedy will bring to your mind those things you have been missing in Nigeria. So I think the expectation in America and Canada is very, very high. And our fan base, there's a way you monitor it online. I think after Nigeria is Europe and America, not even UK. Our fan base. And most of the comedy shows they go there, they are comedy shows that they are giving Nigerians Oyibo flavor kind of comedy, which is also fine. But giving your people that their organic feeling, we excite them more. So if we are coming down, we are coming with Nigerian vibes. A comedian that has spent 10 years in America will not crack jokes the way a comedian that is Nigerian will perform. You guys are used to soft life, so little thing they're just telling them, you're laugh. So if we are going to that kind of environment, we are coming with extra energy. We are coming with extra force, extra weapon, comedy weapon. Because the distance is far. I can't afford to travel from Nigeria to America for 18 hours, and I will not be prepared. So we always get the best in international shows in terms of performance and rating, because if I can make somebody in Ogun State to laugh with this present situation we are going through in this country, or somebody in Benin to laugh, then people in America that is 2 minutes away from heaven, they will laugh.
Excellent.
So,
Yes, I was going to come to you. You've had so how do you guys in Canada start to prep for MC Casino and his crew? Are you able to start to set the groundwork? This should be included in whatever you have to say.
Good. Sorry, I actually didn't introduce myself. My name is Felix Izamathon. I'm an Oyogbehi. I don't know.
Domo.
I don't know you guys. Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Domo.
I believe that we can move forward. Like I said, I knew MC Casino before now. I just knew him. I follow. I'm a fan. I'm a follower. I see him
Thank you.
and I love him, and I think he has a future here. So what we can do, we can put structures in place. I don't believe in kati kati. We'll do structures.
Yeah.
You put things in place that would. People are here. They are. If I want in the area of Bologna, it takes time. So it's possible. You can change the whole mindset of people coming here. And I'm sure, not just Nigerians too, just listen to me. There are people that follow you that are not Nigerians. Do you know that?
Yes, I know. When I went to Europe, a lot of people in Cameroon snap with me more than Nigerians.
Yes, so they are here. Sometimes they will ask me, do you know MC Casino? I said, yes, I know. I said, how do you know him? I said, I just follow him. So the bottom line is, we got to put structures in place. Not like they say, we not put structures, so our structures will be wonderful. So I think there are timelines. Work has to be done. The success of it has to reflect on what we build today or as the process goes on. Like as for someone like me that has not been to Benin for I don't know those years. So, but I think we can move forward. People are thirsty. They want to see. They want to acknowledge. They want to, they visualize it, in their dreams. So I think the market is ready. The market is very ready, extremely ready. It's about me and some other people putting structures in place to accommodate those things.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to see you live, whether you don't talk Michael Jackson, I don't know, but they want to feel it. See, people work. I work 7 days a week.
Wow.
7. So if I have one day to give,
to
laugh, give $500, so it makes it will bring your depression down. Your hypertension will go down. So it brings you back home. For some of us that have not been known for years, seeing you, you boka wane, oh we meso wane. You know, those are the
Exactly,
things that's the
exactly,
thing
exactly.
that is attracting to us. So it's
Yeah.
just about planning. The market is ready. Even do you know? I'll tell you something. Some white people, they'll follow you to you might not even know.
Yeah.
The world is turned something else. They'll just say, "Ah, what's this?" A friend of mine, who's a white guy, told me, I saw this thing. I think he saw macaroni, then he now
Yeah.
saw you and some things like that. He was asking me. I said, how did you get to know that? He said, well, I just decided to, and I just saw it and I find it, and I think
Whoa.
it's good for me. And that made his day. He didn't understand so much, but he saw the how do you say it? The
The
people,
ambience,
Yes,
the comic.
gesticulations, motions.
the nyash people, the people when they work out, and I say, oh, really? This is happening. So that's it. So the market is here. Don't say it's restricted, it's here. But how do we go about redefining it and putting structures in place to accommodate everything and you become something else?
Yeah.
That's what I think. So we have to not just look at you, but how you can grow. You
Yeah.
just mentioned something that you you've helped people. When they say people are millionaires, you might only tell me, oh, but I think I'm happy that you're doing that, and that's wonderful.
Almost,
Let's
almost.
build. Let's go forward. You can come here. One thing, two, will change your destiny and other people's destiny. That's what I
Hmm.
think, you know.
Hmm.
You
People
heard it
benefit
here,
from.
audience.
Thank
You
you.
heard you. This is
I just
sorry. You're on mute. You're on mute. Go. If you unmute yourself, sorry.
want to mute. Okay.
Yeah, you were
I
going to.
don't know how this come. Sorry about it. I just wanted to know you better yourself. I know Casino is just he has to come here and stay here. I'll lock him up for 1 month. But let me
Oh,
know you. Too.
Yes.
that would be
So
great. That would be great.
audience, you heard it all. The start of another bridge, which is what the new Nigerian is about. The new Nigerian was formed to bridge the gap between diaspora and Nigeria. We take the best from diaspora, we put them together with the best from Nigeria to create something. We're in the health sector, we're in the agricultural sector, we're in the educational sector. Um, we are only 3 years old, but believe me, people who have been on this platform are doing great things in Nigeria. We hope that when the polity is more stable, there will be more bridging of the gap. Because if you think about it, the brain drain has been enormous. So we came up with the construct saying the reverse brain drain. So we've got people who have come here who have received X amount of knowledge and are starting to export it back home. Now, we're just starting to get into the comedy sector, the entertainers, because you give value, you give wisdom, you give knowledge. People like MC Casino portray Nigeria, how it is, how it should be in a comedic sense. So we're happy to associate with you.
Thank you.
Already there's a link to doing a show. He's even suggesting you come to Canada and reinvent yourself. Obviously, that's a conversation for another time. 1 hour is almost gone, but we have to give you a chance to talk about your children and your wife. The audience will want to know about that. We cannot leave here without you letting us know about them because they are part of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God has really blessed me with a wife that has been very supportive. She has not been giving me problem at all. God just give her to me because this is our work. We are emotionally disturbed. You cannot function properly. So lovely, good, beautiful Kogi woman. And God has given us all the children in the world. I have a male and a female child. So, and fantastic, fantastic. My first daughter, Iwinosa, super brilliant, super intelligent. And his younger brother is just 3 months old. And we are going to church on Sunday to dedicate him. So young
Oh, wow.
family, doing very well. Dad is not always around, but whenever dad is around, dad will make sure they know that dad is around. You know, so it's fine. We're having fun. We're doing very well. Thank you.
Excellent. And finally, a message to diaspora. How do you must include how they follow you. You must include how to support the comedy sector in Nigeria, with particular reference to Edo State where you're from. Please.
Okay, I'll start by appreciating them, thanking them for their support so far. Because my people will say, ingratitude is worse than witchcraft. Of a truth, people in diaspora, they have been the brain behind the little success we have achieved. Let's be frank. Nobody in this country can just watch 20 minutes video and want to watch again the next day. I want to watch again the next day. I want to watch again the next day. So people abroad, they have access to Wi-Fi, though they are paying. They have been very supportive. We see comments, we see, I don't want to berate our Nigeria audience, but we see real love. Diaspora, they know the value of what we are doing more. They know that we're not just comedians, we are also like a social engineer. Do you understand? So the love there have been massive. And I don't think they have anything to do more than the one they are doing just now. Support us, follow us, subscribe to our channels. But we are bringing shows to your doorstep. Please come out en masse, make us feel good, make us feel better, because what we're doing, we're trying to also add value to life. I remember where I run my comedy club. I almost shed tears that night. A guy hugged me. He hugged me, and the hugging was becoming too long. So I was beginning it was beginning to look embarrassing. Until the guy told me, I want to buy you a drink. The guy was shaking. I said, why? He said it was at the point in his life he was attempting suicide. He said for 2 weeks he was just on my page. It was my videos. And that period I did a video on suicide. That day I almost cried. So most people in diaspora, they understand this business more. So that is why we're even taking shows there. They are see the gift they used to send us. See, diaspora, especially within this our linguistic bracket, Edo people. Because before now, so sorry about this. Since people hear about Edo, is more towards the negative. More things that go on social media. So when they now start seeing their own, portraying the Edo in another light, that is towards positivity, the embrace and the love has been very high. God bless all of them for us. God bless them. Don't keep supporting us. One day, we'll get there. One day, we'll get there. And don't give up on Nigeria. Call your people that are here. Conscientize them. Tell them about leadership. Tell them to go get their PVC. Because most people abroad, they are the breadwinner. If breadwinner say, "Yeah, away PVC, sorry, if you don't do your PVC, I'm not sending money to the house," they will do their PVC. Caution them. Force them. Diaspora have a voice. In fact, diaspora, especially in my state, Edo State, diaspora can make you win an election. Diaspora can make you lose. They are that powerful, and we appreciate them for that. We see how they spend money, even when some dubious elements are even duping them. They don't give up. So God bless them. We appreciate. 2023 is another litmus test election for us. Dear diasporans, don't give up. Keep fighting for us all. Keep supporting the struggle. Keep encouraging your people back home. We have a lot of people here. Let me not use the word, they don't have sense. Sir, we still have graduates that will collect 5K to vote wrongly. It's a strong problem. It's a menace. So everybody must come together and make Nigeria work. Thank you very much.
Excellent. He's on YouTube. He's on Facebook. He's on Instagram. He's on Twitter. Please follow MC Casino. Follow MC Casino. Tell your friends, tell your family, MC Casino.
Thank you very much.
I can't but give just one more point. You mentioned diaspora being a very strong base. You're absolutely right.
Influence.
We don't have the voting power at the moment, but let me assure you, 2027, diaspora will be eligible to vote.
Amen.
We are working
that we help
behind the scenes heavily to see that our voice is heard. And we do hope that our country, this great Nigeria, becomes what it used to be, the powerhouse of Africa. When we were growing up, we could drink water from the tap.
Yeah.
You know, we wanted to go back there. Anyway, enough said. That's a conversation for another time. This was all for you, MC Casino. I'm grateful for your time. Thank you so much for giving us this time. When it's edited, please, I'll send you a copy. Visit the newnigerian.com. Like I said, we're just starting. You can have a look at our foundation. You can have a look at our lifestyle, the people who we portray on the platform. Thank you, audience. It's been a wonderful 1 hour. Everybody here is busy. Everybody must go now. So what we normally do, I'll end the recording and then we'll have 2 minutes just to catch up informally, and then I'll let everybody go, okay? Thank you very much. Thank you, audience. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.